from the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. This is ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships. And in the World Wushu Championships, here are the categories of competition. First, it's the Taolu, or the forms, and in that, we'll see the men's and ladies' competition. Then there's also the Sanshou, where there'll be the men's competition. In the Taolu, there'll be the Chang Chuan, the Nan Chuan, the broadsword, sword play, spear play, staff and cudgel play, and Tai Chi Chuan. Here's a quick look at the Sanshou, or the full contact fighting, which we will be seeing a little later on in today's program. We will also see the Taolu events, where we'll see the men's and the ladies' broadsword and the men's Tai Chi Chuan. In the Sanshou, the weight categories we'll see are the under 52, 52 to 56, 56 to 60, and the 60 to 65 kilograms. With me is a martial arts practitioner, Rick Silverman, to tell us about the scoring criteria.
Thank you. In the Taolu events today, except for Tai Chi Chuan, the judges will be looking for the quality of movements, power and coordination, and the spirit, rhythm, and style of the practitioners for a maximum score of 10 points. In the Tai Chi Chuan, the judges will be looking for the quality of movements, power and harmony, and the spirit, pace, and style of the contestants. Again, for a maximum score of 10 points.
So in all of these categories, there will also be penalty points deducted for mistakes. Rick, take us through some of these pictures that we're seeing.
Well, Alexius, right now we're watching an outtake from some of the men's Tai Chi. Here's the ladies' staff and cudgel play. Now we're looking at ladies' Tai Chi.
That's just a sample of some of the great wushu you'll see here at the World Championships. Coming up right after this, it's Ma Pengping and Musalaf Saken in the Sanshou. In the Sanshou, the under 52 kilogram category, we have the Sanshou finals, the men's finals between Musakulov Saken and Ma Pengping. Saken is from Tajikistan, and Ma is from China, and here's how they got to the finals. This is ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships from the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, good old USA. Once again, this is Alexis Pereira along with Rick Silverman. Rick, how do you see this Sanshou finals?
Well, it's going to be very exciting. Ma Pengping from China is an outstanding competitor, as is Musakulov Saken from Tajikistan. Ma is in black and Saken is in red. Sanshou is full contact fighting, very fast, and it's done on a platform called the Lei Tai. It's a steel and wooden structure with an area 8 meters by 8 meters, or 24 feet square, 60 centimeters high. The Lei Tai is covered with a soft mat and a canvas surface. Whoa. You'll notice there's no ring. There's no ropes on the Lei Tai, as in other arenas. That's because one of the objects for the fighters is to throw their opponent from the Lei Tai. And if they do that, they can score 3 points. So not only are the fighters trying to score by valid kicking and punching techniques, but the grappling, as we see here, and the throws count for points. And one of the objects for the fighters is to throw their opponent from the Lei Tai.
Flurry of blows sees Saken going off the mat.
Yes, he was out of the square. Ma looks very stable. Saken looking for an opening. Now they're not allowed to attack the back of the head or the neck or the throat or the groin. And they can't use their elbows, head, or knees to strike. Those are some of the do's and don'ts. If, as in that case, Ma struck Seiken in the chest, that counts for 2 points, a valid kick to the trunk.
One thing about this under 52 kilogram category, Rick, is that both individuals are extremely light.
That's right.
Comparatively, and we can expect lightning quick forward thrusts, punches, as well as spinning kicks.
They're very fast, very energetic. Both these men are highly trained martial artists, and you'll know, though, that they both rely on very basic techniques, basic horse stances, empty stance. There's not a lot of flashy movement here. It's pure fighting. And in boxing, the clinch is used sometimes for opponents to rest against each other, but in Sanshou, that's not possible, because if you rest against your opponent, he'll throw you off the lei tai. Oh, that was good. Now, if both competitors fall simultaneously, it's no point.
So that's the end of the first round.
That's right, the rounds.
In the Sanshou under 52 kilogram category. How do you see that round? Who do you think it went to, Rick?
Well, it was very close, but I think Ma might have had the edge. Now it's just round 2. There was a 1 minute rest.
Jump right back into the second round, and Saken coming right in. It's another takedown.
That's another point. Ma looking very stable, very stable. Saken trying to. That was a warning. Multiple strikes to the head is one other thing that's not allowed in Sanshou. Good takedown.
There's a single leg takedown that time. And Saken's getting a couple of points of his own here. Ma has got to be careful. He's been effective in using these forward thrust kicks.
A valid kick to the leg or head is 1 point.
That big right hand must have stung Saken that time.
Yeah, I think he felt that. It's the throws really make this exciting, I think. It's an added dimension that makes Sanshou a lot of fun to watch. There was 2 points. If both fall to the lei tai simultaneously, there's no point. But if one is able to remain standing and knock the other down with a valid kick or punch, then it's 3 points. There's a perfect example of what happens if you kick and your opponent catches your leg or foot. You're only on one leg, and it's real easy to get thrown. Ma was able to keep his balance. Ma using his right hand to keep Saken at bay. Looking very strong.
Yes, indeed, I think Ma knows he's slightly in the lead. Once again, both go down on the headlock.
Yeah, this is a thinking man's fighting. You've got to, each of these men are looking for ways to get their opponent off the lei tai, because if they can do that, they can score 3 points. Good. Ma's scoring. Each one of those kicks is racking up points for him. Saken looking for opening. Ma very stable.
You can see Saken coming in and trying to regain all the points. He's really looking wild-eyed as he's flying his way in. And Ma's very clever with his tactics. Just let him come and hit him on the break.
That's right. Yeah, and he looks, you can tell Ma is very stable with his basically an empty stance.
That's the end of the second round here. And how do you call that one, Rick?
Well, we'll see in a moment, but in Sanshou, it's best of 3. In this case, they only have to go 2 rounds. If a fighter wins 2 of the 3, he is automatically the winner, and they don't have to do the 3rd. So I think Ma has it. We'll find out in a moment. Yes, Ma's the winner.
So there you have it. The very first competition here, the Sanshou, the under 52 kilogram category. The winner is Ma Pengpin of China over Musakulov Sakan of Tajikistan. Coming in 3rd is Shatmanov of Kyrgyzstan. Coming up right after this, it'll be the men's broadsword competition. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the World Wushu Championship. We'll be seeing the men's broadsword. Here is Takayama of Japan.
We need Kyrgyzstan representative.
The broadsword has at least 13 basic tactics. Some are hacking, chopping, cutting, piercing, winding around, striking, and blocking. We'll see all of those and more in his Taolu, or form. The judges will be looking for quality of movement, power, coordination, and spirit, rhythm, and style. And if the competitor lets the sharp edge of the broadsword touch any part of his body, or mixes the use of the broadsword with the sword, then he'll be penalized. Beautiful movement, real sure.
The action's heating up. It is heating up. Turning our attention back to break 2.
The coaches look for flexibility, power, endurance, and speed in their students. And flexibility is probably the keynote of all these, because if you want to increase your speed, you increase your flexibility. There's a good bow stance.
Certainly quite amazing to watch these athletes with all that flexibility and power. They can stop on a dime,
Yes,
hardly without any quivering or shivering.
yeah, everything counts. Every little movement counts. So they have to be very precise, very accurate. There's an amazing kinesthetic sense in these competitors. They know exactly where their bodies are, and their weapon is an extension of their body.
This is ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championship. This is the broadswords competition. And you've just seen Takayama from Japan. And there you see the scoring, Rick.
That's very good. Now the actual score is the middle 3 scores, the average of the mean 3 scores, and then the final score is given by the head judge.
Next up for the men's broadsword, another person from Japan, Yoshida. He'll be doing his routine here.
It'll be essentially the same, very similar routine. The weapons forms typically take longer to master than the empty hand routines, but certain weapons come easier to the participants than others. And the coaches have the participants go with what feels natural to them, what's most natural, and some weapons just feel right in one's hand. You notice how flexible the broadsword is. The actual broadswords used in combat would be much stiffer. These were made for competition, for theatrical use, for dancing. And traditionally, the tassel that you see on the butt of the sword is used on theatrical and dancing swords rather than combat swords and broadswords.
You saw a lovely leap that time.
Beautiful.
From Yoshida. And he's certainly delighting the crowd here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Beautiful performance. Very strong. Excellent. Very nice. Very nice.
A very confident performance that time from Yoshida of Japan. And we'll just wait for the results here.
Very good. Very strong. Nice job.
So that was the final standings for the men's broadswords. Takayama of Japan inching just ahead. It's all tied up at the first position, Takayama, Yoshida, and Hai of Singapore all scored 9.60. So coming up next from the World Wushu Championship, it's another Sanshou competition in the 52 to 56 kilogram category. Coming up next, it's the Sanshou competition, the 52 to 56 kilogram category. And we have Tutakunov against Gombos, Attila Gombos, in the 52 to 56 kilogram category. This is ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships from Baltimore, Maryland. Rick, how do you see this competition going on?
Well, Gombos from Romania is in black, and Tutakunov from Kazakhstan is in red, and they're both excellent fighters. Tutakunov won 98 of 107 fights, and he's fought well in championships through Kazakhstan and Central Asia. They're both very, very good fighters.
That was a nice takedown that time.
Excellent. Again, one of the main objects is for the fighters to get their opponent off the lei tai, either throw him or push him off. You'll notice two of these guys are using, whoa, beautiful round kick to the head. That rung his bell.
Certainly Gombos that time sending Tutakunov to the floor, and he's getting an
8 count, standing 8 count.
Yeah,
Make sure he's okay. They do stress safety, and the object isn't really to hurt your opponent. You're not trying to kill him. But you can tell you're going to get a lot of bruises and abrasions in this kind of fighting. It's full contact. Again, one's not allowed to hit the back of the head or neck, and the groin is off limits too. And one can't use one's head, elbow, or knee to strike with.
Well, Gombos is suddenly looking very confident now. He's coming in his stance, as you said earlier. It's very stable. He's going for the throw.
Now, in that case, probably there's no point. When both men fall simultaneously to the lei tai. Oh, nice back fist. He may not get the point, though, because both men were in a clinch. And if you're in a clinch, and even though you may score a valid strike, it won't count. Each kick to the trunk scores 2 points. Each man looking for an opening as Gombos circles. Gombos looking very strong, very quick. Tutakunov has a lot of heart, though. He's wading right into it, looking for that opening. Interesting, Tutakunov tends to drop his guard at times.
So once again, Gombos from Romania, he's in black. And he's got the slight upper hand, but there's a couple of blows to the head.
Yes. Now the Sanshou is done in 2-minute rounds with 1 minute between each for rest. And it is best of 3. Although if a fighter wins both the first 2 rounds, then the 3rd round isn't needed they don't need to fight the 3rd round.
This is ESPN's coverage of the World Wushu Championships from Baltimore and Maryland. We're in the Sanshou finals, the 52 to 56 kilogram category. This is round 2.
Whoa. Nice round kick. And he had a beautiful sweep right before that.
Indeed, Tutakunov is reeling from the attack from Gombos.
Yeah, Tutakunov's doing a good job, but Gombos is scoring and scoring. There's another 2 points. Traditionally, the Chinese have loved competition like this.
It was a lovely single leg pickup that time.
Very good. Tutakunov trying to score points. He wants to throw Gombos from the lei tai. That's why they're grappling now. Tutakunov knows he can make some extra points by doing that.
going for the leg pickup, and they're both off the Lai Tai.
When they both fly off, when they both fall off simultaneously, there's no point.
We're coming to the end of the second round. Gombos still looking strong, and Tutakanov is trying to wrench back this second round to send it to a third, if possible.
That's right. You'll notice that both men, although they're experienced martial artists, are relying on very basic techniques. Although that was a nice round kick, spinning kick. Black down. Point for Tutakanov. Now the coaches for the competitors are not allowed to yell or cheer or give instructions during the match, which is kind of interesting, I think, when I'm sure they really want to give all sorts of instructions.
Yes, indeed, but then again, they could be distracting their fighters here. That's a pickup.
Whoa.
Almost
That's
converted into a suplex.
Points for Gombos.
So that's the end of the second round, and as we've just seen from our comments with Rick, we have a very strong feeling that Gombos has won both rounds, but we'll just confirm with the umpires and the referees before we say anything further.
It's Gombos.
Suddenly Gombos a clear winner, including a takedown in the very first round, and he is the champion of the Sanshou 52 to 56 kilogram category. Tutakanov of Kazakhstan, he's second, and Salvatov of Bulgaria, he's third. Join us right after this as we have, coming up, the men's Tai Chi Chuan, and you'll be seeing more great action here from Baltimore. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the 1995 World Wushu Championships. Now we're in the men's Tai Chi Chuan competition.
Tai Chi Chuan is called Grand Ultimate Boxing, and it's considered to be the queen of the internal methods, along with Pakwa and Xingyi. Tai Chi is considered moving meditation, and some people even say that moving meditation is superior to static meditation.
Right now, in your picture, in the foreground is Watson of the UK, and in the background is Wang from China.
Wang is very, very good, and this is a nice opportunity for us to see two practitioners who started their form at the same time, and we can see the difference in quality of the movements. They're both excellent, but there is a difference in the quality of the movements. The judges are looking here for, of course, the quality of the movement, power and harmony, and spirit, pace, and style. The key here is fluidity and relaxation. The paradox is how do you do it and stay relaxed, because the belief is that as soon as a part of your body tenses up, the chi or flow of chi is obstructed. The first and foremost principle of Tai Chi is relaxation. And after that, all rigidity and strength must be sunk or emptied from the upper torso and sunk to the soles of the feet. When you do Tai Chi, you must breathe like a child, naturally, through the nose. And every movement you'll notice is circular. And every movement has martial application, even though it's very slow and totally relaxed. Again, the judges are looking for the contestant who is the most relaxed. There's a saying that the body must be held so lightly that the addition of a feather is felt, and so pliable that a fly alighting on a part of the body will set it into motion. It's incredibly beautiful.
Certainly was, and the score from that round was Wang Erping.
This
now we're
is
on
Chi.
to a second pair where we can see Chia in the background.
That's an excellent score too.
So that's the final standings for the Tai Chi Chuan men's competition. Wang Erping of China with a wonderful score of 9.77, way ahead of the competition. Joint second place, Chia Kok Luan, Tan Lai Huat, and Toshiya Watanabe. Coming up next, another Sanshou competition. And now the Sanshou 56 to 60 kilogram category. Chen Weikang and Shu Juichen take it to the finals. We join action in the very first round here of the Sanshou 56 to 60 kilogram category from Baltimore in Maryland.
We have Chen in the red and Shu in the black. Shu is 29. He's a professional electrician, and I guess he practices around 2 hours a day. He was second place in the 56 and 60 kilogram Sanshou in the World Wushu Championships in '93, held in KL. Two very strong competitors. Chen has an interesting stance. He keeps his guard down, his right hand very low, very low. That's interesting. Maybe he's trying to suck Shu in.
Good block that time by Shu. Managed to deflect the kick.
Remember, the Lei Tai has no ropes, and each competitor is trying to throw each other from the Lei Tai, from the platform. You'll notice the equipment the men are wearing. Each fighter has to wear a helmet, a gum shield, a chest protector, a shin guard, instep guards, and boxing gloves, and both competitors are barefoot.
So great action here. Full body contact, fighting in the Sanshou competition. This is the 56 to 60 kilogram category. This is the finals coming from the 1995 World Wushu Championships from Baltimore, USA. And a fairly even round, Rick?
So far, they're both fighting very well. Chen keeping his weight. It's what we'd call an empty stance, where his weight is on his back leg, so that his right leg can flash up and kick quickly. Whoa. Good kick, but by Shu, but Chen took him down. Again, that shows what can happen when you kick. Now, of course, grabbing is much more difficult wearing boxing gloves than in a real fight. But still, you can see it can happen, as we saw. And we saw again. Shu got a hold of Chen's foot when he tried to kick him.
So clear points that time for Shu, and I think he might be edging ahead here in this first round.
Maybe a little bit, but Chen's been doing very well. They've both been scoring a lot with their kicks. It's hard to keep track. End of the first round, they'll have a minute rest now. Both men still looking very strong, very fit. It takes a lot of heart to fight full contact.
So we're coming back in. This is ESPN's coverage of the World Wushu Championship from the USA. This is round 2 of the Sanshou between Shu from Chinese Taipei, who's wearing the black protective vest, and Chen of China, who is in red.
Both men very aggressive right now, particularly Chen. He's going for that back leg sweep. He had Shu's foot, his leg, and he was going, if you saw what he was doing, he was trying to kick out his back leg. And sweeps, although dangerous, are legal. Again, one can't hit to the back of the head, the neck or throat, or the groin area. and one can't use one's knees, elbows, or head to strike with.
Look, that time at Chen Weikang of China, he's got the leg, but he wasn't able to throw Shu that time.
No, both men grappling, expending a lot of energy, trying to keep from being thrown and trying to throw their opponent from the lei tai. Again, notice Chen's holding his hands very low, relying on kicks.
Even though it's only a 2-minute round, the amount of energy expended in this must be tremendous, plus the concentration. And if they have to take any contact, it must certainly take a lot out of both athletes.
Very much so. Very much so. Just the grappling, instead of allowing a chance to rest, is, if you've ever wrestled, you know it's total expensive energy. It's incredible. These guys are very, very fit. And again, you have to have a lot of heart to step into the ring with somebody who is highly trained and very dangerous.
But the World Championship is at stake here, one of the most prestigious prizes in all of Wushu.
That's right. Oh, nice 2 points, and both men fall simultaneously. So
we're in round 2 of the Sanshou finals, the 56 to 60 kilogram category. Shu of Chinese Taipei in black going on the offensive here. He's got the headlock, but the referee calls for the break.
there's Chen trying for a sweep right when the bell went.
So although it might be close, Shu should be slightly ahead. We'll be right back with the decision right after this.
Shu looked very strong at the end, but it's going to come down to the number of points each man scored.
And what will it be? Oh, it's Chen.
Chen on
Chen
points.
who's won the men's Sanshou competition, the 56 to 60 kilogram category. So an exciting finals there, as we see once again Chen Weikang of China, the champion. In second place is Shu Juichen of Chinese Taipei, and Juan Deli Lucas of Brazil, who's third. Coming up right after this, another very exciting competition. It's the ladies' broadsword. Please join us right after this. Welcome back. Now it's the ladies' broadsword competition. And you see in your picture Liu Yanyan of China. And she'll be getting underway in her routine in the broadsword.
Liu is very, very strong, very powerful. You can see in her movements and her stances. Very solid. Incredible. Remember, the judges are looking for the quality of the movements, the power and coordination, and the spirit, rhythm, and style. They're looking for competitors who perform vigorously and smoothly with accurate and proper application of power. And they're looking for high spirits and good rhythm and a distinctive style. And Liu has all of those. Very strong.
Suddenly she's whipping up the crowd here. We're getting a lot of feedback all around us here in Baltimore, Maryland. And Liu, what a tremendous performance, a lot of energy, as Rick was just telling us. And yet the precision.
Very precise, incredible kinesthetic sense. And the weapon is an extension of her body. That's the key in weapons work, is it has to be very natural. Palm strike, crouch stance. Beautiful. Again, the actual score is based on the average of the 3 median scores, and the head judge gives the final score. She did a beautiful job.
That was 9.72 for Liu. And here we see from Vietnam, Nguyen Thi Thuy Hien in her routine of the women's broadsword.
Very energetic. Very energetic. Good flexibility. Coaches look in the students for the flexibility, the speed, power, and endurance. And as I said before, flexibility is the key to all of those things. Every little thing counts. And coaching is critical in these events, in the forums. Coaching is, you really depend a lot on your coach.
And as we see Nguyen of Vietnam here in the ladies' broadsword, she racks up a pretty good score of 9.5 from all judges.
Very consistent.
And that's the final standings. Liu Yan running away with the lead, 9.72. She takes first place in the ladies' broadsword. Nguyen of Vietnam comes in second, and Nguyen Pu Lan, also of Vietnam, is third with a good score of 9.40. Well, coming up right after this, it's another very interesting competition in the men's Sanshou competition. Welcome back to the 1995 World Wushu Championships. This is ESPN's coverage. And in the men's Sanshou 60 to 65 kilogram category, it's Dazipikov of Russia against Yu Bungmeng of China.
Dazipikov is in the red and Yu is in the black.
This is the gold medal, 60 to 65.
And as we go up in the weight categories here in the Sanshou competition, one can just imagine that we'll see bigger and more powerful competitors coming on.
That's right. Much stronger and maybe a little slower, but not much. Not much. Nice round kick. Dazipikov looking very hungry. Wants that. Yu starting off very stable, very confident.
Oh, Yu's got the leg and he throws him down.
Yeah, beautiful throw. That's a perfect example of what happens when you kick and you can't get your foot back fast enough. That's why many martial systems don't go for high kicks, for that very reason. And in boxing, with boxing gloves, it's even harder to grab the leg.
Yu, that time he went for a sweep.
Right, went for the sweep. If you can block a leg kick by raising your knee, and it doesn't count. Oh.
Almost that time.
Almost.
Got the leg. Was just about to throw that Dazipikov.
Oh, nice hand technique to the face by Yu. There would be no point because both men fell simultaneously. Dazipikov having a little trouble with his pants. Yu very stable, his weight evenly distributed. Dazipikov resting back on his back foot, what we call a modified empty stance for making it easier to kick. Again, although these guys are very highly trained martial artists, they're in a full contact situation. They're going for the basic techniques because basic is what works. Nothing flashy.
Well, we are at the 1995 World Wushu Championships coming from the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. It's the Sanshou finals between Dazipikov in red and Yu of China, who's in black. We're still in round number 1.
A lot of action. When you have simultaneous kicks or punches like that, they cancel each other out.
Dazipikov, one of his achievements so far is a silver medal in the CIS Championships. He's also the champion of Russia. So good credentials here at the World Championship. Could he take this World Championship?
Both outstanding competitors. very strong, lots of heart.
So that was round 1 of the Sanshou, the full contact fighting here from Baltimore in Maryland. You get a good look at Yu in your picture. Yu Bungmeng getting some words from his coaches, which he can't get otherwise while he's on the floor.
That's right. During the round, they can't offer any instructions. Both men still looking very strong at the beginning of round 2. Again, remember, one of the objects is to try to throw your opponent from the lei tai. And again, the lei tai is 8 meters by 8 meters.
So Dadzhibikov looking more the energetic, but he's not really connecting with every punch or kick that he's going in with.
No, Yu is able to counter much of what Dadzhibikov throws at him. Oh, nice. Yu tried to sweep Dadzhibikov's back leg because he realizes his weight's there. He missed, but it was a beautiful, beautiful attempt. It was a warning because of multiple attacks to Yu's head. Remember, multiple attacks are not allowed. Multiple attacks to the head, multiple strikes.
With the warning comes penalty points. Dadzhibikov cannot afford too many of them. He's not really gaining the superiority here in this round. And Yu's looking very good. That's another one to the back of the thigh.
Yu's looking very strong. Again, Yu is going for, as Dadzhibikov came in, Yu is going for the sweep on the back leg. Dadzhibikov trying to push Yu off, but because both men fell from the lei tai, nothing counts. You'll notice here the white soft mat surrounding the lei tai. That's obviously for protection because sometimes men are thrown quite heavily from the platform. And that's there for safety. Whoa, nice move by Yu as he takes Dadzhibikov down. As long as Yu's hands, neither of his hands touch the lei tai, he'll score some points for that.
So Yu looking stronger and stronger. Yu in black from China. And this is the finals of the Sanshou 60 to 65 kilogram category. And there goes Dadzhibikov charging right in.
Trying to push Yu from the lei tai.
So I would dare assume that Yu might be slightly ahead here, and all he had to do is just keep Dadzhibikov at bay if he could hold on.
That could be true, but I'm not sure what's going through his mind. He may not know. He just knows he has to. Okay, both men fell. Now, if both men fall, but you fall after your opponent, you'll get a point. But if you fall simultaneously, there's no points to either.
We're in round 2.
As they tire, their kicks are going to be slower. Again, Yu going for that sweep. And he missed, but it's fun to watch him try, isn't it? There's the end of round 2.
Well, the very confident looking Yu Bungmeng of China, he thinks he's won it. And yes, indeed, the indication is such from the umpire's table.
They won't go the third round.
They won't go the third round because Yu Bungmeng of China will be announced the winner. Yes, he is, over Dadzhibikov Gadji of Russia. So Yu Bungmeng of China is the champion in the Sanshou 60 to 65 kilogram category. Dadzhibikov Gadji of Russia, he's second, with Sadikov Bakhzus of Azerbaijan in third place. Now that was tremendous action we've seen at the World Wushu Championships. Don't go away now. Join us right after this. Well, here is the next week's schedule for the Taolu events. We'll see the men's and ladies Chang Chuan, the men's and ladies sword play, and the men's Tai Chi Chuan. Also, we'll be seeing the full contact sport of Sanshou, and the weight categories are the 65 to 70 kilos, 70 to 75, 75 to 80 kilograms categories. And just a summary of today's results. In the men's broadswords, Takayama and Yoshida of Japan joint first. The ladies broadsword, it was a clear winner, Liu Yan of China. And for the men's Tai Chi Chuan, it was Wang Erping, also of China. In the Sanshou competition today for the under 52 kilogram, Ma Peping of China and Gombus took the 50 to 52 to 60, Chen took the 56 to 60, and Yu, also of China, took the 60 to 65 kilogram categories. So thank you very much for joining us at ESPN. This is Alexis Pereira on behalf of Rick Silverman. Goodbye.